Hey guys, since we're on quarantine, I thought the next few videos we should just do some book reviews. Basically, just talk about some of the books that I've read that I like to read. It helps me write better. It really just sets the mood for your mind so that you can go forth and create. So yeah, I have 4 different books here that I want to talk about. So let's see, 3 of them are novels, and then 1 is part of a series that has like multiple spin-offs. And so if you're someone who likes to read books that keep going, never-ending series, that's something. I mean, the series is still ongoing, and it was started in like 2007, I believe. So plenty of books to read. So let's see. The first is going to be Looking for Alaska by John Green. This is one of my all-time favorite books. I really feel like this resonates with a lot of readers. It's just a really good book. It's about a guy named Miles. He's really, struggling. He's a high school student. He really feels lost. He doesn't feel understood. And so he goes away to... Basically, it's kind of like a boarding school, and he finds a group of people that really just become his family. Really good book, truly amazing. John Green is an amazing author. The next one is Rumble by Eleanor Hopkins. This is also one of my all-time favorite books. This book is very emotional, very deep. She touches on a lot of sensitive subjects, like suicide and bullying, and every one of her books is just truly powerful. It's a different type of writing, and she's just truly inspiring. And this one is about a boy named Hayden. His younger brother committed suicide, and it's basically just how he comes to terms with, his brother's death, forgiving the people who bullied his brother, and, basically just trying to forgive himself and, God, and just really just coming to terms with everything that's happened. It is a truly amazing book. And the next one is my absolute favorite, The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. There's multiple books, prequel series, spin-off series. She's just honestly amazed me. She has just kept these books going, and they're wonderful. This one first came out in 2007. It's just an amazing book, amazing series. She created a whole world that really just takes you somewhere. So if you're into like fantasy, it's got a lot of like angels, demons, like werewolves, vampires, stuff like that. So a lot of fantasy, just really awesome. It's about a girl named Clary, a boy named Jace, and a couple other characters, and it's basically their lives as half angel, half human, Nephilim, and basically how they fight demons and live in New York City. And it's crazy and wonderful and awesome. I've read every single book. So Cassandra Clare, all-time favorite author probably. And then the next is a classic. I don't know if any of you have read it in high school. I did, and I loved it, and I've read it probably 6 or 7 more times after that, which would be Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. There's movies, there's TV shows. This book is years and years. It's just, it's really old, but it's so good. It's so good. It's really one of my all-time favorites, and I've said that about every single one of these books, but really they're just some truly great works of art, honestly. Reading these books makes you, just want to aspire to be that type of writer, to have that much success and to really just produce something that people are going to fall in love with, and which is basically, you know, what I've done with these books. So all these books I recommend, you know, 10 out of 10. Just truly incredible. And I have a very large collection of books I've been reading since 3rd grade, and that's really what made me want to become a writer, was just, you know, reading these books and just, you know, being a kid that grew up, you know, I didn't have cable, didn't have internet, and, you know, I lived out in the country. You know, I had all my cousins and, you know, friends to play with, but, you know, I found myself really happy, you know, just sitting in my room and reading a book. And I'm a very outspoken person. Like, I'm a people person for sure, but, you know, it's just sometimes you really just crave to read a book. And I know not all people are like that, but, you know, if you're a writer, you want to be a writer, you know, a lot of the creativity and things like that come from reading. And, you know, if you ever look up, you know, like 10 ways to improve your writing, or, you know, anything like that, any of those like little lists that tell you, you know, ways that you could, you know, improve your writing, or, you know, come up with ideas and things like that, they always recommend read. Like, if you can't write, read, because it really does help. And, you know, I believe that there's a book out there for everyone, that everyone has a reader inside. They just have to find something that interests them. And, I mean, I found mine, and anything that these authors put out, I'm gonna read, because, you know, I've just really fallen in love with their voices and the characters they create and the worlds they create, and it's just really powerful. And, you know, I aspire to be that type of writer, and, you know, hopefully one day I will be. So, anyway, but that's all for today, but thank you guys for watching, and, you know, I hope you check these books out. I'll link them down below. Thank you.